Alright, well, today is my birthday, and I got to school early, but I'm not feeling well. I'm really not feeling well, so unfortunately I had to change plans. Not gonna be here for inverse trig, but we need to go over inverse trigonometry. Basically, inverse trigonometry, it's just like trigonometry. Instead of finding a side, you're finding the missing angle. Okay? So if you look at this picture, I got a 5, I got a 14, and I got an x, otherwise known as theta. Remember that? So if you look off to the right, here are our steps. First you mark your angle that you're looking for. So like, check it out, boom. This is labeled the given sides, O, H, and A. So from x, we're going to go O, 90, H, A. We're going to cross one out, so H has nothing on it. Goodbye, H. And then since I'm going to use O and A, I'm going to use tan theta, okay? So here's how we're going to set it up. We're going to write out the trig function, tan, and I'm going to use x, because now the angle's missing. Okay, we always put the angle next. We don't know what it is. And it's O over A, 5 over 14. Okay? Now, this is brand new. This is brand new, so is everyone listening? Now that I have your attention, once you set this up, tan x equals 5 over 14. Notice, I need x by itself, but I need to get rid of the tan. How do I get rid of the tangent? To get rid of any trigonometry, you're going to use inverse trigonometry. Now, if I looked at my calculator, you know that trig button that we've pressed before? I want you to notice the bottom part, okay? I want you to notice the bottom row. We got sine, cosine, tangent with these little negative ones on it, okay? That's an inverse trig function. So here's what you're going to do, okay? To get rid of the tangent, you're going to bring it to the other side with a little negative 1 on it, okay? So x equals tan negative 1, 5 over 14. So anytime you're looking for a missing angle, you're going to have to use inverse trig. And that's what that little negative 1 in the exponent means. It's inverse. So let's find this one out real quick. Tan inverse 5 over 14. So trig tan inverse 5 divided by 14. That gives me 19.65. So that angle is 19.65 degrees. Alright, so let's try some more examples. Alright. Here's my angle x, so let's label O, H, and A. I'm not going to use O because O is missing. So if I have SOHCAHTOA, right, that's my trigonometry tool. I have AH, and that has to be cosine. So I'm going to do cosine x equals A over H. Okay, so remember, I need x by itself. The cosine's got to go. So I bring it to the other side with a little negative 1 on it. So x equals cosine inverse 10 over 13. Alright, so we can go to the calculator. Cosine inverse 10 over 13. 39.72. Okay, let's try number 2. Here's my angle. So I got O, I got H, I got A. Which one am I not going to use? H. So OA is going to be TOA. Tangent x equals O over A. And then how do I get rid of the tangent? I do tangent inverse. So let's do that. Tan goes away. but it goes to the other side with a little negative 1. So x equals tan inverse 11 over 16. Go back to the calculator. Trig tan inverse 11 over 16. 34.51 degrees, because we're talking about a missing angle. Alright. So, what if we have two missing angles? It's alright. Let's pick one. Start with x. We got O, H, and A. I'm not going to use H, so OA is going to be tangent of x equals O over A. Now, if we want to get rid of the tangent, we bring it to the other side with a little negative 1 on it. X equals tan inverse 10 over 24. Okay, tan inverse 10 over 24, trig tan inverse. Oops. We get 22.62, which is cool for x. Now, to find y, I could do the same thing all over again, but I know they add up to 180, so I got 90, I got 22.62, add them up. Subtract that from 180. Alright, and there you go, 67.38. You can use your calculator to get that one. And then number 4 is very much the same. So let's pick x again. We got O, H, A, not using O. A and H is cosine x equals A over H. We get rid of the cosine, we bring it to the other side with a little negative 1 on it. Cosine inverse, 19 over 34. .03 degrees. Okay, that's it for the notes. All you got to do, label OH and A, set it up, and remember, to find the missing angle, you have to use inverse trigonometry. Now, what I want you to do is look at your assignment that you should have grabbed. There's two sides, right? So I want you to look at the side that says inverse trig ratios, and it's got the measure of angle O as the first one, okay? So let's go over here. Okay, so I know that both sides look the same, but the one that starts with measure of angle O, I want you to notice throughout the rest of this worksheet, except for number 5, 2, 3, 4, and 6 have 3 side links. So what gives? Well, let me show you. Angle A. If I start at angle A and I label O, I label H, and I label A. Usually we're going to cross one out, right? But every side is labeled. If every side is labeled, cross out one. And when you cross out one, it doesn't matter which one, okay? Literally, you just need to pick 2 and it'll all work out, I promise, okay? So for example, let's say I cross out O, then I'm going to have to use AH, and I'm going to use cosine, right? If I crossed out A, I'd be using OH, and that'd be sine. If I crossed out H, then I would be using OA, that would be tangent. Okay? But I'll help you finish off number 2 here. That's cosine. We'll call it X equals A over H. Cross out cosine, bring it to the other side, inverse. So that's X equals cosine inverse 63 over 65. Okay? So you can plug that in the calculator to get the answer. But if you have 3 sides labeled, just cross one of them out, and it doesn't matter which one. Okay? So go ahead and work on this assignment. You got 6 on each side, I believe. Shouldn't be that bad.